Well, Aaron, what we do is we coach folks how to start their own home appliance repair business. We give them all the tools they need online, physically, books, videos, computer, and then we coach and mentor them through the early stages until they're able to do it on them by themselves. That's what we do.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that in our economy today, it's interesting. People are having a hard time finding something sustainable, something that they can, feed their families and consistently and keep a roof over their head. And so tell me, with what you're doing, you've had, hundreds, if not thousands of successful, graduates, if you want to call them that. And so what was the motivation to move from having your own successful business to doing it this way? Like, what inspired you to do that?
I was worried about getting old and weak.
Never.
Well, it didn't happen that way, but I thought, well, there were a couple of things. One, back in the 90s, there was, and still is, this attitude that vocational schools are passé. Everybody has to go to four-year college and, be a financier or some such thing. Nobody fixes things anymore.
Right.
So that's bogus, as we all know. You still need plumbers and electricians and people to fix things. So there is a dearth of vocational training in the appliance repair business, and I wanted to fill that gap. So I started writing books and selling them and teaching guys how to do it back in 1997. So there's really very little competition in that world. There's no competition on starting your own business. There are a couple of schools that teach young guys how to be mechanics, but really, Aaron, you might find it interesting that our typical student is a male 45 to 60 years old who's been fired twice.
Interesting. That's actually very interesting. So they're at a point where they think, I just need to start my own thing and do something that's always going to be needed. Is that
right?
Kind of the mentality?
Yeah, they're frustrated. They're hitting that age, invisible ceiling, that glass ceiling that everybody knows exists, and everybody, all the employers deny it. But if you're 60 years old and looking for a job, you've got troubles. So
absolutely,
they're healthy and interested in repairing mechanical things. They look around and decide, well, this business doesn't require 4 years of schooling and $60,000 like plumbing does, or HVAC, electricians. They all require huge bucks and time. Our business doesn't. It's not regulated, so they can jump in and start making money pretty quickly.